Hello again, and welcome to an interview for the Spring 2015 Wild Women Symposium. My name is Suzanne Wagner, and I'm one of the co-founders of the Wild Women Symposium. And I get the beautiful honor of talking to my dear friend, Melanie Lake, today. And she and I have been through so many spiritual journeys together and know each other really, really well. And I'm so excited that once again, she's going to be teaching at the Wild Women Symposium. Hi, Melanie.
Hi, Suzanne. Thank you.
So tell us about your work, and because you are always teaching classes and you are always doing one thing or another thing. So tell us about your work.
So I'm an intuitive healer, and I love to teach classes. So I teach lots of classes. I've been doing what I do I've been practicing for about 16 years now, and what I do is I just see where people want to go in their life, what they're headed for, and then I check a bunch of different body systems and see what's supporting them in going that direction and what's not supporting them, and then we just realign anything that just really put their body into alignment with what their goals are, what their health situation is, whatever it is that they want, and help them move forward. So I just have a whole bunch of tools that I use to put their bodies into alignment, and it's really fun. So and in doing that, I've learned a whole bunch of things, and I'm always creating classes out of the things that I'm learning. You know how it is. I'm always learning from my clients. So many times they're there just because they're the very next lesson that I need to learn for myself, and so it's really amazing.
Well, give us some of those tools, because you are seriously the Miss Jack of all trades. I mean, you know, most people couldn't even fathom all the things that you do.
Oh, thank you. So I've studied Chinese medicine quite a bit, and so a lot of times we'll use Chinese medicine. The meridian system is the energy pathways of the body, and there's acupoints along the meridians that are really great for helping us remove blockages, helping switch things around, helping us receive the things in our bodies that we need to. Ho'oponopono is a tool that comes to mind. It's all about. Actually, I learned it from you very first, but it's all about living from inspiration instead of from memory. And so just keeping your body really clear and clean, and so you can be inspired in the moment, living from like right now in this present moment instead of some past experience, some past memory, whether that's good or bad. There's nothing as cool as just being connected with Source and getting just downloads to know what to do next. So, yeah.
And
So
you do all sorts of things, like you teach classes on fermented foods and aromatherapy and homeopathy and
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah. So we teach herbal classes, live cultured foods, fermented foods. I love talking about digestion and live cultured foods. That's something that we used to have in our culture. In every culture they had fermented foods, and we've really lost that. It's making a big comeback now, which is really cool. But it's really fun to do that, and it's really improved our health a lot. And so I love teaching people that. Yeah, homeopathy is a really powerful tool that a lot of people are getting more familiar with. That's really great for, that's where we go for lots of different epidemic things that we just don't know what to do with. Then we handle it with homeopathy. Aromatherapy, really powerful tool. Those essential oils go straight into your limbic system, which is your emotional brain. And who doesn't need their emotional brain readjusted slightly on a daily or weekly basis? So, yeah.
Wonderful.
So yeah, we just love learning things and teaching and growing.
Yeah, well, and you also have homeschooled your kids, and so you've done these incredible major adventures. Like you guys took a year off, wasn't it? And you went all the way down to, you know, the Guatemala and all these incredible places, and let all your kids have these incredible experiences. You are so brave.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I've been married to Wade for 20 years now, and we have 5 kids. And I mean, talk about great ways to learn and great material for classes. They are teaching me constantly. And so, yeah, we've homeschooled, and they've been a good experience to learn from and to grow with. And we are actually getting ready to go to travel through Central America again. We're going to spend the next 4 months there. We're going to get back just in time for the Wild Women Symposium. So I'm super excited. We're leaving any day this weekend sometime. So heading out again. So we did that last year. We spent 4 months there, and we're going to spend 4 months there again, and it's just an amazing adventure. So we're excited to be in Mexico, and then this time we're going to go to Belize, and Guatemala again, and probably all the way down to Costa Rica this time. So I'm excited to.
That is so exciting. I wish I could be in your back pocket half the time,
Yeah.
but I'm too busy.
Yeah.
So now, tell
our
us about this class that you're teaching.
Okay. I was real quick before I tell you about my class. I was going to tell you can be in my back pocket. I usually do really good at blogging when we're down there, and so our website is way.Melanie.com, and so in the winter months, well, starting now until the very end of May, we'll be in Central America, and we'll just blog all about that, and then in the summertime and through the fall, it's just all of the fun classes and things that I'm teaching, and so has two different flavors to it depending on where we are in the world.
Well, and you did it on Facebook, so I followed you the last time on Facebook, and it was so great. You had videos and pictures, and it was amazing. It was really cool. So yeah, definitely Facebook friend Melanie and Wade, and follow them on their blogging adventures down to Central America. It was really cool. So tell us about your class.
Okay, so my class is called Release and Receive, Change Your Story. And really what it's about is just about bringing more love and happiness into our lives. So there's so much love and happiness all around us, and it's just being able to embody more and bring more into our lives. A lot of times we get addicted to our story. We tell the same story about our lives over and over again, and we think we want it to change, but sometimes we really don't. We get stuck telling that story, and sometimes we tell the same story and it's fabulous. So if it's fabulous, it's a good one to keep. Those a lot of times we all have fabulous ones, and then we have different areas where it's just really not a great story. And so it's about diving into those stories that aren't so fun, the ones we don't love, that we think we want to change, but we keep repeating over and over again, and breaking up the blocks that are keeping us from what we want and moving forward into that. So in that, we'll see what we do. I've taught a whole bunch, and so really it's going to be whatever it is. So I can tell you a few different tools and a few different ways that I've gone in the past and that we might go, but we'll just see what happens. So what I'll start out with is just asking the group whether they talk about that, and asking the group where they want to go, and so then I'll pull out my tools that I think will meet their specific needs. And who knows, maybe we'll create one together. The Wild Women Symposium is really amazing. It has a whole bunch of women that come with really great gifts and skills. And so we might even create a whole new technique that I don't know yet. So we'll see what happens. Some of the things that we've used in the past with this is we've... Hey, I'm going to turn it So I have a little monkey here with me.
There is the cutie.
Yep.
Sweetheart.
So the other day, this is Castle, and he's 4, and the other day he asked my 19-year-old daughter, Rainey, if he could go to Grandma's, and she said, well, maybe in a few minutes, and he said, is that how you say no in Spanish? So he keeps us entertained. Yeah?
Bye.
Because we're recording. Say bye.
Bye.
Bye, Castle.
Oh, my. So always good to have a little help.
Totally.
Yeah. So let's see. So I really believe that our thoughts have a lot to do with what happens in our life, and so that's going to be the base of the class. Is tapping into those thoughts, catching those thoughts that go through our head, and changing what we do with those thoughts. So I think that the universe, it doesn't hear what we say; it actually hears how we feel. So we have to get to so like when we use affirmations and things, they're super powerful, but it depends on the state of mind that we're doing them. And if we're saying, you know, I'm powerful and strong, and we're feeling super weak, and we put all this emotion behind it, but we're feeling weak, then what the universe is hearing is that we're weak with a whole bunch of passion and emotion behind it. And so they're really powerful, but you want to be in the right frame of mind. You want to be feeling really good when you're doing them and when you're putting them out there really strong. And so so our thoughts create our beliefs, and then our beliefs create our actions, which have so much to do with what happens in our life. And so one of the things that we might do is use a tool that can help our minds stop from looping. A lot of times we just loop on the same tracks over and over and over again. And so we've got a tool that we could use that's like, it takes 90 seconds. It's really powerful. It stops your mind from looping. Sometimes you don't even ever go to that thought ever again. It just really completes it and keeps it from looping. some of the things that we do are really dive into our emotions and feel whatever we're feeling. So I said that this is about bringing more love and happiness into our life, but just always chasing love and happiness isn't especially the fastest path to love and happiness. Sometimes we need to feel grief or sadness or whatever it is that we're feeling. And it seems counterintuitive, but if we've all experienced having a good cry and what that feels like, and afterwards it just feels like, you know, the end of a storm. It's just beautiful and clean, and it feels great to be in that body. And so sometimes that is the path to happiness. Often that's the path to happiness, just diving into however we're feeling. Suppressing a cry that's needed certainly isn't the path to happiness. And so we may go into that direction. We may talk about how the chemicals that our body produces. So dopamine is an interesting chemical that our body produces that creates happiness. It is our goal-setting chemical, and so when we check off something off of our to-do list, we get a hit of dopamine. When we feed ourselves, we get a hit of dopamine. When we accomplish anything that we're going towards, we get a hit of dopamine. So if we're hungry and we walk by an apple tree, we'll see the apple tree, and our brain will it'll produce a little bit of dopamine, and we're like, ooh, where did that come from? I want some more of that. And so we go towards the apple tree. The closer we get to the apple tree, the more dopamine that we get. And then when we actually eat the apple, we get a big hit of dopamine. And so our body files that and goes, ooh, let's do this again. We like this. And so Simon Sinek talks about this in his Leaders Eat Last video that you can find online. It's really good. But so the question is, well, we all know that we shouldn't shop when we're hungry, right? That is an interesting project when we do that. But the question is, why do we ever shop when we're not hungry? And the answer is because of dopamine. Dopamine is that goal-setting chemical that helps us sustain what we want to have in our lives. Whether we're hungry or not, we know that that's going to be a need, and so our body helps us meet that. It's also a very highly addictive chemical, and so we can get addicted to our own dopamine. And so we can get dopamine from so many different ways. We can get dopamine from achieving something that we really want in our life, or from achieving something that we really don't want in our life. We'll still get the dopamine from it. We can get dopamine from watching a TV show, and every night at 7 o'clock we're like, ooh, it's getting closer, there it is. We can get it from alcohol, from drugs, from video games, all sorts of things. And so really choosing where that's going to come from in our life and learning how to regulate that is a powerful one. What else? Acupoints, I talked about that a little bit. Essential oils, one of my favorites for this process, because it does go straight into that emotional brain. Not only do they help us let go of our blocks, but they also give us clues as to why we are doing a specific pattern, and give us steps of how to get out of that pattern, and just help rewire things just by smelling them. They can even go into past life experiences and redo those and reframe those so we can help heal those. So they're really amazing. So yeah, those are some of the tools that we could use, and we'll see what happens.
It sounds like a wonderful class, and you taught this class before, and it was so popular, and people were like, I didn't get to Melanie's class. So we're actually doing it again so that they can, because these tools are really powerful tools, and it's something that they can tangibly take home and actually do again. And so I'm really happy that you're going to be teaching once again at the Wild Women Symposium. And I'm super excited about your trip to Central America and Belize and all those wonderful places. So have a great trip, and I'm excited to see you at the Wild Women Symposium. And did you want to say anything in closing?
I was just going to say, come join me at the Wild Women Symposium. I'll be teaching this once, and then the rest of the time I'll be in class with all of you, sitting there and learning what you're learning. So I'm super excited. This will be my third one I've been to, and they have been super empowering and really life-changing. So I'm excited for so many more people to come, and for more friends that have been there than before. It's just a really amazing experience for everybody. So it's going to be great.
Thanks, Melanie. Well, you have a wonderful trip, and I will see you soon.
Okay, thank you.